Hey, what's going on? Nathan here from nathanargenta.com, and in today's video I'm going to talk about dividend stock investing for beginners and how I was able to grow my dividend stock portfolio by 9.75% in just over $300 in a little over 4 months. All right, so I just got started this past September in the fall, and it grew it by 9.75% as a complete noob myself. All right, now before we get into the content of the video, real quick, if this is your first time here on my channel, welcome. We talk about everything marketing, entrepreneurship, and investing, all while helping you have more fun, freedom, and fulfillment in the process. So if that sounds like you, I encourage you and invite you right now to go ahead and click the subscribe button, as well as the bell notifications button to get updates of anytime I come out with new videos here on my channel. All right, guys, so again, dividend stock investing for beginners. There's 3 different things that I want to share with you in today's video, so make sure you stay to the end and catch all 3. There's some great tips in them. These 3 things I'm going to share with you, I have them actually written down on paper, is number 1, spotting the difference between regular stocks and dividend stocks. All right. Number 2, the best type of dividend stocks to invest in. And then number 3, the easiest platform for you as a beginner and the one that I'm using to help you grow and build a successful dividend stock portfolio. All right, so for tip number 1, spotting the difference between regular stocks and dividend stocks. So ultimately what you want to look for and what you're trying to find is that regular stocks in the stock market compared to dividend stocks is determined by if the company does pay a dividend yield, if they pay a yield or a percentage on being a shareholder or owning shares, owning stock in that particular company and investing in it. So companies that don't pay shares, don't pay dividends, they're not going to have that yield percentage on paying a dividend monthly or quarterly. Where dividend stocks, you're going to get a yield percentage anytime you're looking up the stock, whether you use TD Ameritrade or you use whatever you're considering or know of when you're looking up stocks on the stock market. You want to make sure you find that dividend percentage and that it pays a yield. Ones that pay yields, like I said, they're going to pay you monthly, if not a lot of times, for the most part, quarterly, and pay you a dividend each quarter for owning shares in the company. So ultimately, the biggest difference in the two is the regular stock. Say you put $1,000 in a stock, and over the next 3 years, that price is the same exact price that you paid for that one share, and your portfolio has not grown at all. It's the same exact price. It went up and down over 3 years, and that percentage did not increase at all. So you didn't earn anything, you didn't grow your account at all on that investment. Where with dividends, all right, the dividends, say it's the same exact thing, a dividend stock, you put $1,000 in, all right, and your account goes up and down, but it stays the same price again 3 years later. The difference is that dividend stock, what it's going to do is that yield is going to pay you monthly and quarterly, depending on how they pay out, where you're going to grow and compound your account. So you'll actually earn a percentage or earn dividend shares by owning stocks in that company. So you'll be better off. And what it does again is it creates that compound effect by owning and having shares of a company stock. All right, so tip number 2 is the best dividend stocks to invest in. What you want to look for and what you don't want to look for is ultimately depending on the yield percentage and how they pay out that yield. And again, for the most part, most stock dividends are going to pay you quarterly. Some pay monthly, but for the most part, quarterly. So most likely, if you have done any research on dividend stocks, or if you don't know anything about it, for the most part, people that look into it, or when you do more research, you'll hear about or find about yield percentages and getting a higher yield on your investments for dividends. Now, there are some pros and cons to a higher yield. Ultimately, with my portfolio, I'd like to stick lower on the dividend yield percentage. A higher yield usually is around 10% or more. That higher yield, you're going to be earning a higher percentage on that payout over time, quarterly or monthly for the year, than you would for maybe a dividend stock that only pays 2 or 3%. All right, now, unfortunately, the higher yield, yeah, it sounds more attractive, it looks more attractive. Oh, I'm gonna earn more money on my investments quarterly and monthly, but there's a lot more risks for this higher yield dividend stocks, and sometimes they may even completely cut or stop paying those dividend shares, which is gonna hurt your portfolio. So you wanna find the ones that are lower. Like I said, usually around 2 to 3% is a good place to start. They're gonna pay that dividend, but you also wanna look for ones that continue to grow their dividend and grow their portfolio and pay their investors and build the growth of the dividend by increasing the yield, which pays you more, or also by seeing the growth and not cutting. The dividend continues to grow and build. So they're giving value to their investors for long-term investments and long-term stock investors. So that's what you ultimately look for. A lot of times, the main difference is by finding companies which are called dividend aristocrats. All right, those dividend aristocrats have been...
Yes, I said Aristocats, like Aristocats, the movie.
Paying dividends for years, 10 to 20 years. And those a lot of times are good ones to start out with, all right, by getting a good yield percentage, but also long-term growth and compounding your dividend stock investment account. All right, so tip number 3 for you is the easiest platform for you as a complete beginner, the one that I use to help you build a successful dividend stock portfolio. There's tons and tons of finance websites and applications that you can use to invest in dividend stocks. Now, the biggest difference, like I said, is finding one that's easy to use as a complete beginner, one that someone's not looking to pay someone to manage their account or pay fees to a broker to help manage their account and manage our portfolio. Kind of just wanting to do it on your own like I'm doing and just invest in those dividend shares, invest in those dividend stocks. This platform that I'm using right now, I completely recommend it to anyone. Like I said, it's grown my account by 9.75% over the past 4 months and just over $300. And it's, like I said, it's great for beginners and easy to use. The platform that I recommend is through M1 Finance. All right. This is either an application, you can download an app on your phone, or you can even just go to the website and be able to manage your portfolio on there. Completely user-friendly, beginner-friendly, newb approved, I should say. That's right, I'm talking to you. But anyways, this is, like I said, it's a great beginner platform. And what I'm gonna do with you is actually share my portfolio with you, okay? So I'm gonna share a link in the description of this video, link below. Just go to the description, click on the M1 Finance portfolio. It's gonna show you the breakdown of the 100 stocks that I own, the ones that I have shares in that are paying me dividends. You'll be able to see the dividend percentage, all the stocks that I have shares in, and how I've grown my account over time. So it's something you can mimic and be able to duplicate, or you can just, again, do it on your own and do some research to find. And it's really a great platform to use to be able to really talk about all the 3 tips that I mentioned and be able to, number one, finding the difference of regular stocks and dividend stocks, being able to find that research and find the ones that pay dividends. And then going back to number 2, the best type of dividend stocks, ones that pay a good yield percentage and that pay growth over time. All right, ones that don't cut their dividends or are struggling to pay dividends. All right, so again, M1 Finance, the link in the description below to my exact portfolio. If you do sign up using that link to my portfolio, you will get, I think it's like $10 or $20 or something, I'm not even 100% sure, but you'll get that money for free by starting and building your dividend portfolio through M1 Finance. So I completely recommend it for anyone that's a complete beginner, complete noob, and looking to get started and investing with dividend stocks. All right, guys, so that concludes today's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you did receive value from the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave me a comment below. Let me know the value that received, what you're most excited about with building and growing your dividend stock portfolio. And again, just let me know in the comments, just give me some love. Let me know if you did receive value from this video. And last but not least, make sure you don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notifications button to get updates of any time I come out with new videos here on my channel. Again, thanks guys for tuning in. I will see you on the next one. Take care.